All right, moving on. Illegal migration is one of the biggest issues being faced by the entire world today. From Canada and Brazil to the United States and the Philippines, every country is battling its share of non-citizens overstaying their welcome. On Sunday, US President Donald Trump threatened to shut down the government if the Democrats did not support his border wall aimed at curbing the immigration crisis. And today, in a move to send out illegal immigrants, the Indian state of Assam published its final draft of the National Register of Citizens, or NRC. The list includes those who are legal citizens of India. 4 million people have not made the cut, and now they face the risk of being declared illegal and deported unless they can prove otherwise. A total of 32.9 million people had applied for their names to be included in the revised list, of which 28.9 million cases were accepted. For the rest, the future looks uncertain. The register counts only those people as legal citizens who can prove that they were living in Assam before 25th March 1971. The review of the NRC was in deference to the Assam Accord of 1985. The Registrar General of India prepared the NRC with the assistance of India's top court. The Indian government has said that there was no reason for genuine Indian citizens to fear. Claims and objections from those left out of the list will be taken up later. No one will be sent to detention center or arrested or even deported immediately based on the draft list. But what these 4 million people now stare at is a possible loss of their freedom, land rights, and a possible stripping of their legal status. With elections due in over a year, another question that lurks is whether these 4 million people will be allowed to vote at all. Meanwhile, 23,000 paramilitary troops have been deployed in Assam and neighboring states to prevent violence. Critics allege that the move targets Assam's Muslim population. Now let's talk a bit about the migration of the rich. Now at 10,000, China accounts for the largest migration of the rich in 2017. India came second with 7,000 high net worth individuals migrating overseas. A high net worth individual has assets worth $1 million or more. Now Australia, the US and Canada were the top 3 destinations for high net worth individuals in 2017. Let's talk about the cost of citizenship now. Australia was the most popular destination for the rich. The US, Canada and the UAE were the other favorite destinations. The Caribbean islands were the 5th most popular destination. Antiguan citizenship takes 2 months and it costs a little more than $200,000 US. Now, Antiguan citizenship is among the cheapest and the easiest to get. Among the more expensive citizenship on offer is that of Singapore. Singapore charges $1.8 million for its citizenship. Moving on, the Farnborough Air Show in the United Kingdom was truly a treat for all aviation enthusiasts. For instance, it saw the unveiling of the world's longest aircraft. If you're wondering what it's all about, well, take a look at Airlander 10.
Shaped with a bulbous front end, this giant airship has been nicknamed as Flying Bum for obvious reasons. It's a combination of a helicopter and a plane, and it recently caused a huge stir at the Farnborough Airshow presenting Airlander 10, the world's longest plane. The maker of this plane, UK-based company Hybrid Air Vehicles, announced that the hybrid craft will soon be starting luxury expeditions. Powered by 4 325 HP turbocharged diesel engines, it takes off like a conventional aircraft, with helium keeping it aloft for up to 3 days once it's airborne. Airlander is even bigger than the Airbus A380. It's 302 feet long, 143 feet wide and 85 feet tall. It can reach up to 20,000 feet and travel at a maximum of 148 kilometers per hour. Its passenger cabin is 151 feet long and it can accommodate up to 19 passengers, apart from crew members. The interiors look absolutely stunning. The most exciting feature is possibly this glass flooring, which will allow passengers to take in incredible views. The cabin will feature an altitude bar where passengers can have drinks and enjoy their meals. Also not to be missed are these private ensuite bedrooms. Interestingly, the Airlander was initially developed for the US military for use in surveillance, but that plan was scrapped. Hybrid air vehicles then started testing it for luxury tourism, but there were plenty of bumps along the way. Just days after the first successful test flight in August 2016, it sustained damage after a bumpy landing. In another incident, it deflated after a safety feature was accidentally triggered. However, the company is now confident that Airlander 10 will be able to commence commercial operations in a few years' time. More than being a means of transport, the luxury aircraft will revive the joy of flying.
Now, we celebrate Mother's Day, Valentine's Day and a number of other such days. But how would you react if we asked you to observe a no phone day? Imagine a day when you are not consumed by your phone. If not on the phone, what would you do on such a day? Well, our next report shares what people like you and me have to say about the idea of a no phone day.
We're hooked to our phones. Just sit back for a while and think. How many times do you check your phone without any real need to do so? You wake up and the first thing you do is dive into a pool of Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat and Twitter. Random browsing in the cab? Constant urge to fiddle with the phone in meetings? Post updates during coffee breaks with colleagues? Even in the middle of the night, the phone is never far from our reach. We may not give it a thought, but the smartphone takes away from the time we need to spend on other activities. Which makes us think, at a time when phone addiction and social media addiction are closely intertwined, what could a no-phone day be like?
6 more productive hours without the phone.
It is going to be brilliant because I get to do so many things.
I think I'll be facing a lot of problems.
I think it will be pretty weird. Honestly, I'll be devastated because I'm pretty addicted to my phone.
Probably I would say that will be the most happiest day for my life.
I think it's a great idea. I do it a lot.
I guess I would be pretty shocked.
Though many find the idea intriguing, but would you actually like to spend a day without your phone? What would that day be like?
Maybe cook a little or bake a little.
I can do painting, I can go out, I can watch something, and I can do actually a number of things.
I would doodle. I would doodle a lot.
Sleep.
I guess I'll lock myself in my house with a novel.
And I would spend my day with my family, I would go with my friends.
I think I can be more productive. I can read, try to meet the other people around there who are just not on my phone. I can visit them and I can give them a big surprises. Okay, yeah, but even without phone, I can be there for you.
It sounds rather interesting, but the reality is that smartphones have become a way of life. Most of us are consumed by the internet and social media, but exercising a little self-control will ensure that we do not become addicted to it. Understand that all we are trying to do here is to encourage you to cut down on your social media time so that you start living more in the real world.